ברשות כבוד הרב שליטה ומרא דאתרא, few words of חיזוק לנשמת הניה גולדה בת רבי יהודה, זיכרונה לברכה. ארץ ישראל לשמחת תורה, it was as well a message from Hashem on Simchat Torah. What was the message? Maybe we need a little bit more of simcha when we learn the Torah. We should not feel that we are obligated to come to study Torah. We have to come because we have to come. We have to be happy to come to study Chavrotot. Chavrota, two people sitting, learning Torah, Kosh Baruch Hu is there. So, the Gemara said, whatever happened, there is there a message today. Hashem don't talk to nobody. Once upon a time, Hashem used to talk to the prophets, Nevi'im. Today, did anyone heard Hashem calling him, like Vaikra Hashem and Moshe? You have to know, the same way that the Torah said, Vaikra Hashem and Moshe, Hashem he called to every one of us. The difference is, that Hashem he called to Moshe, talked to him, to us, HaKadosh Baruch Hu called, but through a message. Whatever you see, whatever happened, there is a message there. Not the same message for everybody, maybe a message for me, for you, for him. I don't know. It depends the kind of situation we may be. Who can hear the voice of Hashem? Nobody. But there is, when you see fire during 1 month, 2 months, it's a message. Maybe we need more Torah. You know that Hashem, when He gives the Torah, He gives it with ash, with fire, with the ash. What was the reason that Hashem He gives Torah with ash? Why Hashem couldn't give Torah with snow? Why she could give Torah with something else? Why ash? Well, my friend, because ash is something that it can burn everything. Ash is something that people are afraid of the ash. Ash, the Gemara said, Vayered Hashem, Hashem will come down. V'har Sinai Ashan, and Har Sinai was full of smoke. Im Ash, Ki Yarad Alav Hashem, because Hashem was there. So that the meaning is, ash is something to remind us that only, you know, we compare the Torah as ash, bimino eshdat lamo. And Hashem gives the Torah with ash to remind you, the ash is something very hot. In life, there is gashmiyot, there is ta'avot, gashmiyot, and this is bring a person to hot pressure. But the other hand, there is Esh HaTorah. On the other hand, there is the fire of the Torah. That means every time you see the fire, every time you see, it's like the talit. When you see the talit, so you remember, you remember that there is the Torah, so what you do, you look at the talit, and then you remember there is mitzvot, then you do them. So the Hashem gives the Torah with ash to remind you that every time we see the ash, it reminds you, hey, wake up. Hashem is expecting from you something. Chas v'chayela. When you see big ash, a big fire, and just you don't do a cheshbon nefesh, it's a big problem. It's a big problem. So, of course, maybe you will tell, Rabotai, that for me, since that started, Asia in Los Angeles, I said to myself, there is always earthquake, and always there is this year of Ash, that means there is something missing. Baruch Hashem, there is a lot of Torah here. Baruch Hashem, there is a lot of At Shamayim, there is a lot of Chavrutot, Bnei Anara, there is Kolelim, and even all this, there is Ash. So that means maybe it's not enough. Maybe there is something more. Maybe Hashem expects from us something a little bit more. Who knows? This is a message that when you see ash, that means the same way that the ash burn everything, the ash can burn your Yetzirah, your ta'avot. Mamash, this is the emet. I would like to tell you something. When Moshe Rabbeinu went to the Shamayim to receive the Torah, the Midrash said that Moshe Rabbeinu, alav shalom, he was afraid. But it's incredible to understand that Moshe Rabbeinu one hand. You know, the Shamayim, nobody was there. Shamayim is ash, it's fire up there. The Malachim, before they do the Kiddusha, they go to the mikveh. There is no mikveh of water, it's the mikveh dinor, it's the mikveh of fire. And they do mikveh there, before they do the shira. And then after they jump to the Nahar Dinor. And Moshe Rabbeinu alav shalom was there, in Bashamayim. The ash did not burn him. And then he had a conversation with the Malachim. The Malachim said to Hashem, what this man is doing here. And Hashem, he said, he came to receive the Torah. So the Malachim said to Hashem, the Torah, you want to give the Torah to people, it's not covered. Torah, it's good here, the Torah. Torah, it's your names. We have to keep it. So Hashem, he said to Moshe Rabbeinu, Moshe, give them an answer. Why Hashem didn't give them an answer? Why had to let Moshe to give an answer? Moshe Rabbeinu alav shalom, he was afraid. He said, told Hashem, I'm worried. Maybe they will burn me with their. If I start to talk to them, then maybe they will burn me. It's incredible. Maybe they burn me. Hashem, he talked to Moshe Rabbeinu, he doesn't burn him. And he's afraid of the Malachim. Maybe they burn him. Can you imagine that? Always I was thinking, the Torah said that Hashem talks to Moshe Rabbeinu panim el panim. Hashem. And Moshe Rabbeinu don't get burned. And from the Malachim, he's going to get burned. Well, my friend, Moshe Rabbeinu alav shalom, he saw something else. To take the Torah from the hand of the Malachim, it's a danger. To talk to Hashem is Rahman. But with Malachim, with angels, they don't know you. With angels, it's dangerous. But you know what Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu? Moshe, give them an answer. Talk to them. You are afraid that they burn you? Talk to them. Gabi kisei kibudi, put your hand on my kisei hakavod and give them an answer. Already when they see you touching my kisei hakavod and you're not burned, so of course they cannot burn you. And beside it, Hashem said to Moshe, you don't know your capacity. My friend, you have to know something. One day, the brisk Rav, alav shalom, he was walking with his Talmidim in the street, and he saw a agala. And it was there, the driver of the agala. And the eglon, the driver of this carrosserie, he was beating the horses. So the Bris Kavi told his Talmidim, you saw what I saw? You saw how the driver, the Eglon, how he beat the horses? He said, yes. Why the horses, they don't do a revolution? Why the horses, they don't hit back the driver? Why? They are strong. So the Talmidim, they couldn't answer him. He told, you know why? Because the horse, he don't know. He's Koah. He's Kohot. He think he's a horse. He think he's a horse. A horse, he cannot beat a man. He can only get beaten, not can beat a man. A horse is a horse. If he knew that he has Kohot more than the man, he will beat him back. Maybe he will kill him. I think that was the answer of Hashem to Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu, he wanted to say, Hashem, he wanted to tell Moshe Rabbeinu, Moshe, you don't know your kohot. You're afraid to talk to them because maybe they burned you, because maybe they are, it's hard to deal with the Malachim. No, you don't know your kohot. Rabotai, the Pasuk said, Ve'asu li mishkan v'shachanti b'tocham. This is the parashiyot that we learned lately. Ve'asu li mishkan, that Hashem asked from every one of us to be the mishkan of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Can you imagine? Hashem, he has an address. What it is the address of Hashem? It's you. He's on you. Ve'asu li mishkan v'shachanti b'tocham. HaKadosh Baruch Hu asked from each one of us to do out of himself, from his body, to be the Mishkan of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So, Rabotai, if each one of us here is a Mishkan of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so he has kohot. The Malachim don't have this kind of Shekhinah b'tocham. There is no b'tocham. There is no Shekhinah on the Malach. A Malach, like the Gaon Mibina said, a Malach is Omed. A Malach is somebody that he don't move, he stand. But the man is mehalech. A person can always go forward and forward, b'aliyah, b'torah, b'at shamayim. The malach has nothing like that. The malach, he is a malach, that's it. No more, he's an angel. He lives up there, that's it. But a man who lives in this world, he is mehalech. He has something extra, a bonus, that Hashem is on him. And I think that was the message of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he wanted to tell Moshe Rabbeinu, Moshe, you're afraid of the Malachim because it's hard for you with me, it's easy for you to deal with me because I am Rahman, but with them, there is nothing to deal with them. No, you're wrong. Just touch my kisei hakavod, give them an answer. Talk to them, fight with them. You will see, you will beat them. And at the end, we saw that Moshe Rabbeinu, he beat the Malachim. But I would like to ask you one question. There is a Gemara talk about Rabbi Akiva, Elisha ben Abuya, ben Zoma, ben Azai. They went to the Shamayim, to the Pardes. They've been there and they saw something incredible. They saw Mem Tetet, they saw a big malach sitting on Kisei HaKavod. But why they went there? They went there to visit. I don't want to talk about that. But can you imagine? 4 people, 4 persons, they were there among malachim. You know the story of Rabbi Shua ben Levi, that he was in the Shamayim with the Satan, with the Malach HaMavet, and he was visiting all the Olamot, and he was not burned. That means, Rabotai, the only way not to get burned of the ash of the Shamayim, if here in this world, if Ba'olam Hazeh, and I think that was the reason why Hashem appeared to this world with ash. Because up there is ash. The only way that ash up there will not hurt you if the esh down here, it doesn't hurt you. And the esh of here, it's the Torah. When you study Torah, you get protected. Torah Magina Matsuli. You get protected because the Torah, the esh is the malbush of the Torah. When you study Torah, Hashem, he came from the Shamayim, and he gave the Torah with esh. So the Torah that he gave us with esh, so when we study Torah, we bring the esh inside ourselves. And that esh doesn't burn us. Why? Because there is already Hashem inside us. And if that's so after 120 years up there, you don't get burned of the esh of up there. It's incredible. So that means that the esh of the Torah, that's what protects you up there, from the esh up there, that it will not hurt you. And that's why the esh, bimino esh datlamu. And that was the reason why Hashem, he gave the Torah with esh, to remind you that through the Torah, you burn all the ta'avot, all the ta'avot. What it is the symbol of Amalek? The symbol of Amalek is Krerut. It makes you cold. You know, my friend, I want to tell you something. I was yesterday talking to somebody. He has a lot of problems. A lot. And I started to tell him a little bit of Dvar Torah. He was just looking at me, and just in a way that what you are telling me, I'm not interested with that. He was so cold. I told him, you want to take advantage of Hashem? You want to give nothing to Hashem? You want just to take from Hashem? It's not enough of what He gives you. Life, children, wife. Oh Hashem, you have a business. But you want more. But you want to talk only business, Torah, Tefillin, all this beside. How? But this is Amalek. Amalek, the Koach, I think, ויחנו ברפידים, the Gemara said, what the meaning ויחנו ברפידים? מלמד שרפו ידיהם מדברי תורה. That means they slow down from the preparation to Matan Torah. They did not. You know, there is when you see somebody who wants to get married, he's in preparation. You know, somebody who wants to get married, he prepared. You know, the invitations, you know, the party, you know, the singer, you know, it's not easy. It's a wedding. Everything. When you want to buy a house, you have to prepare the money, you have to prepare papers. You have to receive the Torah. You know, it was a big preparation. And the preparation was to, you know, to slow, you know, to take, to be me'aker, to take out all those klipot of Mitzrayim, mem tet sha'ari tum'ah. The Israel, they were on mem tet sha'ari tum'ah. And that was a work to take them out of you, to prepare yourself to go to receive the Torah, because you cannot receive the Torah when there is when you have chas v'chayila, when you're inside sha'ari tum'ah. It's impossible, you know. It's impossible to receive. It's like you go to a restaurant, you ask for a steak. If they can bring you the best steak in the world, but if they bring you the steak on a plate, that the plate is dirty, no one will take the steak. How can Hashem give you the Torah? HaKadosh Baruch Hu, He built us in a way to accept the Torah in our body. But how can Hashem, He can put the Torah in you if your body is filthy, is dirty, etc. So you have to, that was the Hachanot, the Hachanah of Matan Torah. And then they slow down a little bit from this kind of hachana. They slow down. And you know what happened? Vayabu Amalek. I want to tell you something. When you start to slow down, that means that there is Kriyot Halev. that meant that the Yitzhara, he starts to hold you in his hand. When you feel a little bit of krirut, when you slow down, there is a problem. When you slow down, there is a problem. And my friend, that's what happened. ויבוא עמלק, ויחנו ברפידים, מלמד שרפוי בהם מדברי תורה. The Gemara said, from here we understand they slow down from the preparation to receive the Torah. And that was bring Amalek. Amalek, until Rabota, can you imagine those Bnei Israel that they saw so many miracles? They said, Hayesh Hashem b'kirbeinu im ayin, do Hashem is on us or not. I mean, they are eating the man, they saw so many miracles. Hashem elachem lachem, ve'atem taharishon, Hashem will fight for you, you just be quiet. They saw how the sea, it split and they crossed the sea. They have doubt, Hayesh Hashem b'kirbeinu. All this because they slow down, Rabotai, because Vayahanu b'refidim. When there is the slow down and refidim, slow down for the preparation. You know, Rabotai, at the beginning, as the Gemara said, never the Yitzhara will come and tell you, do Avodah Zarah. Never. The Satan knows me, the Yitzhara knows me. He will not come to me telling me, do Avodah Zarah. But he's clever. He can push me to do something, or to think something, or to see something something small, not Avodah Zarah. Avodah is too big. But he's a very hacham, he's intelligent. And after, slow. Today, he tell you do this, tomorrow he will tell you do that, a little bit, tell you. One day you may say, Hayesh Hashem b'kirbeinu. At the end, he can bring you to a way to say, is Hashem is here? Is Hashem exist? Chas v'chalila. A lot of times I speak to religious people, and they tell me, why Hashem did that? What I've done to Hashem? Why I have this? You look at them, you ask yourself, how can he talk like that? How can he talk like that? Why this is Maaseh Satan? Because sometimes people think it's nothing. It's just why. It's just, with Hashem there is no why. Emunah is there is no why. Hayesh Hashem b'kirbeinu. Maybe Chas v'chalila. We're not going to judge them that they mean to say Hayesh Hashem b'kirbeinu. But the result was Amalek came. Amalek came. You don't need to be very, very cold like snow. That to bring Amalek, it's krirut, it's to be a little bit. One day the Chavetz Chaim, Alav Shalom, beautiful story about the Chavetz Chaim. One day he went to the mikveh, and the first thing he asked, he saw the mikveh was a little bit not warm, not cold, so. So he asked the one he said, what happened? The water is cold. He said, Rebbe, I put the water. He said, what kind of water? Hot water? Or just, he said, well, I put some water, pushrin, so. He told him, look. You know what it is hot? To have hot water, you have to put hot water. But if we put cold water and cold water, it's not hot. You understand? To warm yourself only through Torah Kedusha. That's what the Torah was given by age. Sometimes you go to the Beit HaMidrash, you see Ritha Deoraita, Ritha Rotea. You see people are screaming, Mamash Ritha Deoraita. This is Esh. Bimino Esh Dat Lamo, this is Esh. And that's why Hashem gives the Torah with Esh. When the Satan, when the Tzara, when he see you, when he sees somebody studying Torah, he cannot approach him. As you know the story of David HaMelech, the day of that he was supposed to die on Shabbat, Shavuot, Alav Shalom, David HaMelech was studying Torah. The Malach HaMavit he couldn't touch him. He couldn't touch him. And he has a timing. The Malach HaMavit has a timing. He had to take him. This is the time for David HaMelech to go up. That's it. This is his time. But he couldn't because he was studying Torah. So the Malach HaMavit had an idea to blow, here and the trees. So the trees started to move. David HaMelech looked at them and then he died. And that's because he had to die. David HaMelech had to die. But usually, when a man studied Torah, he burned the Malach HaMavet. He blew him off. Get out. Go from here. That was the Torah was given by Esh. Don't forget, the Yetzirah is Esh. How can you fight him? Only with Esh. Today, Rabotai, it is too much Esh in the world. The Avot. Bad things. There is too much, and there is weapons, ash. We never saw so much ash like this year. Wars everywhere. But HaKadosh give us another kind of ash to switch off the rest of the ash, the Torah. And when there is Bemet ash, you see ash, that means that we need to have the medication. What kind of medication? Torah. Mimino ish dat lamo. I remember a few months ago when I think I was here on Shabbat with the Bar Mitzvah, with the Chatuna. I remember it was a parasha, a beautiful parasha, that Moshe Rabbeinu Alav Shalom, before Matan Torah, he invites all the Ne'arim, all the young Jewish people that they came out from Egypt. He did a korban, and to train them how to do korbanot. He did that on Har Sinai. But the Torah said that after the korban, he took the blood. Half of the blood, he threw it on the Mizbeach, and half of the blood, he threw it on Am Yisrael. And Rashi, ala makom, Rashi said, Mi hilek hadam, who split the blood? And Rashi said, Malach, an angel. Every year I ask this question. Every year I ask, what Moshe Rabbeinu? He don't know how to split the blood? Take 2 glasses and split, half here and half there. What the big problem? Why you need to call a malach? You need to call a malach, an angel. Why an angel? What it is the reason? We saw the Torah, as I said before, how Moshe Rabbeinu fighted the Malachim. He went up there, he didn't get burned. And then he won them. Moshe Rabbeinu, he don't know how to split the blood. He need a Malach to come to do it. So, Rabotai, the answer is that there is a difference before Matan Torah and after Matan Torah. Before Matan Torah, he could split the blood. But Moshe Rabbeinu Alav Shalom, he was such a big anav. He didn't want to show the Bnei Israel that he's such a big madrega, more than a malach, that he can split the blood. He can split this glass in two halves. He was so anav. So a big madriga, he couldn't do it. So he had to say, Hashem, I can't do it. Send a malach. That was before Matan Torah. So now just imagine, after Matan Torah, HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Moshe Rabbeinu, that's it. The Torah is yours. You do with the Torah as you want. Rabotai, I would like to tell you a beautiful story. What it is, Emunah, and what it is Torah. When the Bnei Israel received the permission to cross the sea, once they crossed the sea, the Torah said, "Vaya'aminu b'Hashem u'Moshe avdo." The Emunah on Hashem, on Moshe. Hashem is Hashem, but Moshe avdo. That whatever Moshe Rabbeinu will teach them on Torah, they will listen to him. They reach that kind of Emunah. Vaya'aminu b'Hashem u'Moshe avdo. Rabotai, a few years ago, there was a Ba'al Tshuva that from Israel that he was in my house for a few years. And then he had to go back to Eretz Israel. He go back to Ra'anana. And he lived in Ra'anana. He got married, children. And from time to time I see him. And one day I arrived to my office in Ra'anana and I saw him. He was waiting for me. And I saw that he lost weight, he lost maybe 15, 20 kilo. So when I saw him, I told him, "Yoav, what happened to you?" He said, "Well, Rabbi David, Baruch Hashem, I am alive." I said, "What happened?" So he said, "You want to listen?" I said, "Yeah." He didn't feel well 2 weeks ago. He wanted a doctor. And the doctor told him he had to do all kind of tests. After Shem Yishmor, they announced him that he has cancer, the machala, but leukemia, aggressive machala. That means they told him, there is nothing, no chemo, nothing, just maybe we give you morphine. If it started to kill your body, take this. He said, "I came here to tell me this news. Well, there is nothing we can do for you." He wanted to see other doctors. They told him the same. So what he did, what can he do? Somebody who is in that kind of situation. Stories like that I heard many times in my life. But I want just to tell you what it is, the core of a Jew. That a Jew, he doesn't know to value himself. And sometimes HaKadosh could bring a Jew to a situation that he can value himself. As I told you, this man is a Ba'al Tshuva. Before he used to do bad films, and now he did Tshuva. He went to his home and he started to fast and to pray. His wife, she thought he has a nervous breakdown. She said maybe he has a burn. He's crazy. And every day she screamed at him, she shouted at him, go to work. Then she left him. He didn't want to tell her why he was doing it. And he was losing weight. And he was praying, Tehillim, and he talked to Hashem. Told me, Rabbi David, remember, always you say you have to talk to Hashem. So I was talking to Hashem, and I talk, and I pray, and I pray, and I talk, and I pray. And then, after 3 weeks, sitting home, I said to myself, now I want to do exams to see where I am now. And then he told his wife the truth. His wife, she fainted. She didn't feel well. Then she went with him to the hospital. And he asked again to his doctor that he want to do test. So they told him, there is no test to do. There is nothing we can do for you. You have to wait till you go. He said, but I feel good. So the doctor said, you feel good? So good. There's nothing we can do for you. He said, please, do me a favor. I feel that I am good. If you don't do nothing for me, I go somewhere else. So they started to do all kind of exams on him. After 1 week, they received a phone call to meet some doctors in one of the hospitals in Eretz Israel. He went there with his wife, and he saw in front of him about 20 doctors. He was afraid. Why all of you are here? What's going on? One question they asked him: did you take any medication? Did you go to see any doctor? So I told him, before I give you the answer, tell me how I am. They told him, we don't understand. You have nothing. Your body is pure. What you did? He told them, tefillah. I prayed. Emunah. Tefillah. This is Rabotai, the koach of the tefillah. A Ba'al Tshuva. A man that he did all kind of averot in his life, he did not know. And suddenly, Baruch Hashem, he did tshuva, I helped him for any tshuva. But for 3 weeks, to have a machala, and to do such tefillot to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that means that this is, ve'asu li mishkan v'shachanti b'tocham. Rabotai, you talk, you know that you talk to somebody, Hashem. This is very important that everyone should know. Everyone should. That's why Hashem, he said, "Ve'asu li mishkan v'shachati b'tocham." Hashem, such a kavod he give us, such a compliment. Hashem, he give to Am Israel. I am on you. You are my residence. You are my address. Wow. Nora Verium. What a kavod. Just this kind of kavod. If a Jew just sit and think about how much Hashem he approached him, how much Hashem he loved him, it's enough. It's enough for the person, Be'ezat Hashem, to become more and more connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ve'asu li mishkan v'shachanti b'tocham. Can you value this? And just if you have time, sit in one corner in your house and think about this pasuk. Just sit and talk to yourself and think about this pasuk. Ve'asu li mishkan, aval lo v'shachanti b'tocho, b'tocham. But first, ve'asu li mishkan. Rabotai, allow me to tell you how many parashiyot the Torah talk about the Mishkan. So many parashiyot, so many psukim, how to do this, how vayasu, how many parashiyot? Parashat Vayikhel, Teruma, Pikudei. Why do we need all these parashiyot? Tetzaveh. Why? The Beit HaMikdash, the Mishkan, it doesn't exist anymore. The Torah don't talk about Halachot Shabbos, Halachot Shabbat, Tal Melachot. Torah, why Hashem don't talk about Tal Melachot? Now we learn the Tal Melachot from the Mishkan. In the Mishkan or Shabbat, Hashem, it's His palace, it is the house of Hashem. I think Hashem should tell us, hey, Rabotai, don't stop. Don't stop working. Carry on doing the Mishkan. No, Hashem said no. Vayakhel Moshe, first thing he talked to the Bnei Israel about Shabbos, Shabbat. What about the money for the Mishkan? Shabbat. Before you give the money, you have to know that the money comes from Hashem. Shabbat. You have to do cheshbon hanefesh. Hashem doesn't need your money. What about the work of the Mishkan? No. Shabbat is more important than the Mishkan. Can you imagine that? Shabbat is more important than the Mishkan. We don't work on Shabbat. Even for Hashem, even for the Mishkan. But בסדר. Why so much parashiyot? Why so much psukim for the Mishkan? Rabotai, Hashem, He wants to teach every one of us that the real Mishkan is you. So this is the compliment. The compliment that Hashem will talk a lot about the Mishkan, but this Mishkan is not going to exist after a few hundred years yet, but you will carry on to exist. ועשו לי משכן, אבל ושכנתי בתוכם. If there is no Mishkan, there is you. You are the Mishkan. אתה המשכן. What a compliment. מה שהקדוש ברוך הוא, he love עם ישראל. רבותיי, he was David HaMelech עליו השלום, when he passed away. Some Jews, they had some bad thoughts about him, about the story of Bathsheba. But anyway, now it's Shlomo HaMelech, he built the Beit HaMikdash. Once he finished building, the Midrash said, it was a big day that day. So the Midrash said that all Am Israel, they came for the inauguration of the Beit HaMikdash. They were curious. What's going to happen? Would the Shekhinah come? Now there is no Mishkan anymore. Now it's the Beit HaMikdash. So can you imagine, millions of Jews, they came to see what's going to happen. Of course, the tzaddikim. But there were few people that they have suspicions about David HaMelech. They did not respect well David HaMelech. Well, that day what happened? When everything was set, everything ready, now they are waiting for the Shekhinah. Now we have to bring, that the Shekhinah will come, we have to bring the Aron HaKodesh to the Kodesh HaKodashim. And the Midrash said that the She'arim, the gates of the Beit HaMikdash, it happened that when they came with the Aaron, they couldn't get through. It was a problem. I don't know what happened. So David HaMelech Alav HaShalom, Shlomo HaMelech started to pray. Se'u She'arim Rasharim started to pray to HaKadosh Baruch Hu that the She'arim will open. But it's incredible. I did not understand. Shlomo HaMelech was a big Hacham. He was Vayahkam Shlomo v'kol Adam. He was the biggest Hacham of all the Hachamim. What happened? Shlomo HaMelech, he did not know exactly how big was the Kodesh, the Aaron, that the measure was not right. What happened? He made, the doors smaller that the Aaron cannot get inside. It's impossible to think that Shlomo HaMelech, the one that there was no one Hacham like him. He said, one day Hashem said to the Malachim, I am the king, and the Shamayim, and Shlomo is the king down there. Hashem b'Shamayim, v'Shlomo HaMelech b'Tachtonim. He was Shlomo HaMelech, Alav HaShalom. He was not a simple man. What happened? Rabotai, Hashem, He wanted to show Am Israel who is David HaMelech. How much David HaMelech, he loved the Torah. מה אהבתי תורתך, כל היום משיחתי. הנחמדי מזהב ומפרה זהב. If you read the Tehillim, you see how much David HaMelech, באמת, anyone who wants to love the Torah, just to read the Tehillim, read how much David HaMelech valued the Torah. לולי תורתך שעשועי, אז עבדתי בעוני. ממש. it's impossible to love the Torah without reading how much David HaMelech, he loved the Torah. David HaMelech, he was a king. Kol hayom isihati, all day long. I just studied the Torah. He was the king. It was very important for Hashem. The inauguration of the Beit HaMikdash, it was, in a way, to do another inauguration. Who is David HaMelech? Who was David HaMelech? You know, all of us, we know that David HaMelech is Merkava Reve'it. There is the Merkava, those who hold the throne, Kisei HaKavod, Avraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, and David. David, why not Moshe? Why not Aaron? Why not Joseph? Why David? Because David was the symbol of the love of the Torah. David HaMelech, alav hashalom. He is going to be the one to do the Kiddush when Mashiach will come. Abraham, he will not do it. Hashem will invite Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, Moshe, Aaron. All of them, they will say, no, we don't deserve this kavod to do the Kiddush. Who did it? David. Who is David? Well, Rabotai, there is a Midrash who said that Shlomo HaMelech, he said, Hashem zocha lechazdei David David. Hashem remember who was David. As soon he finished this word, the gate of the Kodesh HaKodashim opened. Then everybody saw how David HaMelech was a big tzaddik. How David HaMelech reached all these ma'alot only b'zchut HaTorah, through the Torah Kedusha. Through the Torah Kedusha. So the Midrash said, all those who have suspicion about David HaMelech, now they decided otherwise. Now they saw who is Hashem. Who is David HaMelech? Rabotai, this shiur is just for us to know how much we have to value ourselves. But to value ourselves, the zichut that we have, that Hashem, we are His residence, that Hashem is on us, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is next to you. You're never alone. Always Hashem is beside you. And all what Hashem needs from us is the Torah that He gave us. And as I said before, the Torah was given through Esh, through the fire, because we see fire all the time. So that will remind you. You light I don't know, you want to cook, you light the gas with the fire. There is fire all the time. There is a balcony, there is this, to remind you. Torah was given by Esh. Mimeno Esh Daklamo. To remind you, don't forget. I finished my shiur with a story that happened here in Los Angeles about 40 years ago. I remember I was in the valley. I was a 35-year-old. And my father, alav shalom, he was here. He came a few years before he passed away. I took him around. Never my father went out. So I took him to Morocco twice, France, Canada, New York, Los Angeles. And he was by the family Karsinti, and then he was by family Azulay in the valley. So now listen what they told me, family Azulay. And my mother, she was there, and every time I asked my mother to repeat me the story, because my mother, she was in that house. One night, Mr. Azulay, he woke up in the middle of the night and he saw like fire in the room of my father. He started screaming, Esh, Esh! He was Israeli, so he was talking. His wife, she woke up. My mother, she was in another room. She heard this, she woke up. And suddenly, in the room of your husband, Rabbi Moshe, there is Esh. We saw Esh. My mother, she started crying, she started screaming, but she went because the others, they called the fire. How do you call them? Yeah, the fire department. But my mother, her husband, she went. She opened the door. There was nothing. She told them, "Hey, there is nothing." But all of them, they saw fire. My mother, she said, David, she told me, I saw the fire, but when we entered there was no fire. How many times I asked Azulay, I asked his wife, they said the same. This is Rabotai, the tzaddikim. The Torah don't burn you, but the Torah burn. She can help you to burn your ta'avot. The Torah can help you to burn the Yitzhara. The Torah can help you to burn your envy, your midot. That was the inyan. That was the reason why the Torah was given by Esh. To know the only way to burn your Yitzhara, to burn your midot, only through the Torah. This is, and that's why the Torah was given by Esh. And when Be'emet you say real Esh words, it's real Esh. You see Hashem Yishmor, you have Yitzhara, real Esh, Ta'avot, real Esh, and there is Mahlokot, real Esh, Ish, Isha, take Yud K from Ish, Isha, what remains? Esh. So you have to know, the only way to escape from all this kind of Esh, the Torah Kedusha. This is the only way. There is no another way. There is no another way. The Mori Rabbi Reb Chaim Shmuel Lopian, Alav Shalom, he was a big tzaddik. He was the son of Rabbi Lopian. And one day I went to see him in Yerushalayim, and I saw that he was touching his tear, and then he was claiming that he has bad back. So I told him, Rabbi, I help you with the doctor. He said, no, Rabbi David, don't worry. But I told him, I see that you have pain in your mouth. He said, when I study Torah, I don't feel the pain. Can you imagine that? When I study Torah, I don't feel the pain. So he told me something that I want to share it with you, and I finished. He told me, he wrote a book, Revacha Shma'atata, Al Shaf Shma'atata. The Ktsot HaChoshen, he wrote 3 books, Shaf Shma'atata, Avni Miloim, and Ktsot HaChoshen. The Ktsot HaChoshen, he wrote in one of his Hakdama, his book, how I prepare to study Torah when I go to the Beit HaMidrash. And he said, I open the Gemara, or I open the Torah, or the Shulchan Aruch, and I start crying. And I say to myself, Rasha, ma lecha u'sapeh chokai, who are you to study Torah? So Chaim Shmuel Lopian, he said, that was the way how the Ktsot HaChoshen was preparing himself to study Torah. Not we just prepare with a cigarette, talking here. To prepare yourself to study. Who are you to study Torah? What is the fruit you have? that Baruch Hashem, you have the Torah. Can you imagine? Somebody who studies the Torah, Hashem is next to him. People are looking, where is Hashem? Where is Hashem? He's next to you. Next to your Gemara. He's the next. He's next to you. What are you looking for? So I told Rab Chaim Shmuel Opian, I told him, how you prepare yourself to study? He said, every day I think about the Tzadach Hashem. Who I am to study Torah. But Baruch Hashem, Hashem give me the Torah, I have a zchut. What is zchut we have? The Hayye Olam Natah B'tochenu. Hayye Olam. You know what that means, Hayye Olam? The life, the most beautiful life, Hayye Olam. Take the whole world, all the Gashmiyut, take all what you want, all the world, all the Olamot. It's nothing to compare to the Torah Kedusha. You have to love it. And to love it, you have to test it. And to test it, you have to do a donation. What kind of donation? Your time. Teruma. Donation is the time. You give your time. Give your time to Hashem. These people who give donation, they think with this, I'm patur, that's it, I did my best. No. The real donation is your time. You give your time to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hashem today, all over the world we see, Baruch Hashem, B'nai Torah everywhere, Baruch Hashem. Ay. So, Mamash, today, there was no generation like ours. Baruch Hashem, we have the most beautiful generation is our generation. Young people give their time to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But, never it's enough. So, Be'ez Hashem Yeratzon, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will give you bracha, v'atzlacha, b'riut, aliyah, b'torah, v'at shamayim, and of course, the only way to switch off the fire is by fire, Torah. There. מרפאים החולה, עם סם מרפאים החולה. הסם הורג. but סם זה התורה הקדושה. הסם חיי עולם. שהקדוש ברוך הוא ייתן לכם ברכה והצלחה, מהשם גיביו, בריאות, פרנסה טובה, עלייה. And I would like to see תודה רבה to the Marad Atara Shalita for the time that he gave me to speak. And יהיה רצון בעזרת השם שנזכה כולנו יחד לביאת משיח צדקנו, אמן. I want just to ask you one question. One question. Do you believe on Hashem? This is a question that we have to ask every day. Because every day we say, Ani ma'amin. It's very good. It's nice. Ani ma'amin. Very good. But באמת, do we believe? וזה רק מי שעוסק בתורה הוא המאמין הגדול. Only one who באמת, he give his time to Hashem, and he study Torah, and he keep Torah mitzvot, he is the מאמין. Because אני מאמין. מאמין במה? בהקדוש ברוך הוא. good. אתה מקיים את המצוות שנתן לך? You respect what he give you? Yes. You are מאמין. This is something that we have to ask ourselves all the time. And to all the time to be mechazek ourselves. But the biggest chizuk that you can have, the quality, the quality, how you might, be'ezat Hashem, feel that what kavod Hashem give me, that give you nachal. I promise you, I finish, I promise you. When I study with my chavruta, and we answer a question on where we study to understand a Rashi or a Tosfot or to give an answer of a question of Rabbi Akiva Iger that he did not answer. We smile, we're happy. That means, how can you know that you love Torah when you are Amichadesh Achidush and you are smiling? That means that you love the Torah. And to love the Torah only through the amal, effort that you do. שהקדוש ברוך הוא יזכה אתכם בעזרת השם, לאהוב את התורה, לאהוב את הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונזכה כולנו יחד לביאת משיח צדקנו במהרה בימינו אמן כן יהי רצון.